In this video, we'll discuss the rare surface regeneration process that occurs on an asteroid thanks to NASA's OSIRIS-REx mission. NASA is a true gift to humanity because without it, we'll be living without knowing what wonders lie in the sky above us. With JWST raking in all the attention, let's not forget about NASA's other missions that are sending back some groundbreaking data. So, let's see what NASA has discovered now. First up, NASA makes a brand new discovery about asteroid-aging. To ensure that humans can thrive outside our little blue planet sometime in the distant future, it's important to study everything and every aspect of the vast space. Besides finding planets with sustainable environments, NASA has always been interested in asteroids as well, because of, the whole end of the world thing. We were warned a dozen times by conspiracy theorists that an asteroid would hit Earth, but bummer. Anyways, NASA thought it would be a great idea to send a probe to an actual asteroid to see what's going on up there. The space agency has recently made an astonishing discovery about the aging process of space rocks thanks to OSIRIS-REx spacecraft. The spacecraft sent NASA high-resolution images of asteroid Bennu after it landed on the rock in 2020. The images helped NASA understand how the regeneration process on space rocks works and how weathering can affect those gigantic rock surfaces. According to a senior scientist at Université Côte d'Azur, Marco Delbo, researchers previously thought surface regeneration of asteroids took about a few million years, but they were surprised to learn that the sun's heat has already caused fractures on the asteroid's surface in just 10,000 to 1 million years. That's much earlier than expected, which tells a lot about how constant exposure to the sun can be lethal, even for these mega objects. Asteroid Bennu is about 168 million kilometers from the sun and measures about 450 meters wide. The rock experiences sunrise every 4.3 hours, and its equator's temperature can reach a whopping 127 degrees Celsius in the daytime. Surprisingly, the temperature falls to an astonishing -23 degrees Celsius during the night. Scientists think that these huge temperature fluctuations can cause internal stress, resulting in fracturing and breaking of the rock. Scientists observed these breathtaking photographs of the asteroid and concluded that temperature shocks are the real cause of the rock's degrading surface. Knowing the strengths and weaknesses of these floating bodies of disaster is essential, because haven't you seen Armageddon? If they knew that it only needed temperature shocks, they wouldn't have wasted that perfectly good nuclear bomb. This kind of data can help astronomers determine the time it takes for these asteroids to break down into smaller particles. Now, wouldn't that help for any future cases if a gigantic asteroid was heading our way? Coming up, OSIRIS-REx is NASA's prized possession and will deliver important samples. NASA made history when they successfully landed a spacecraft on an asteroid. It was a feat previously done only in Steven Spielberg movies. NASA sent out OSIRIS-REx to land on an asteroid named Bennu in 2020, and the spacecraft is on its way back to Earth to bring samples in 2023. It was the first US mission that was sent for sample collection on an asteroid. The scientists at the University of Arizona developed the mission to bring back at least 2.1 ounces of sample from a near-Earth asteroid. When OSIRIS returns to Earth, it will again begin its journey for an extended mission where it will orbit around near-Earth asteroid Apophis in 2029. It's because of OSIRIS-REx that scientists were able to map more than 1,500 rock fractures through microscope-like high-resolution pictures of asteroid Bennu sent by the spacecraft. According to Delbo, the fracture's distinct growth in the same direction proves that temperature shocks have impacted the asteroid's surface. The predominant alignment of the structures towards the northwest-southeast direction clearly indicates that they were caused by the sun, and Bennu's landscape may be slowly changing. Co-author Christoph Mattoni mentioned that it's quite fascinating seeing these thermal fractures exist in the asteroid, which is quite similar to what researchers find on on Earth and even Mars. It's quite incredible for these to exist in physical conditions like no atmosphere and low gravity. OSIRIS-REx project scientist at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center, Jason Dworkin, revealed that the rocks on these asteroids are billions of years old, even when the topography of Bennu is young. These old rocks might hold the key to understanding the beginning of our solar system. Researchers will be able to learn more about these magnificent space bodies once the OSIRIS-REx returns with the actual samples. Up next, we have OSIRIS-REx narrowly escaping sinking in the asteroid. It's always a risk sending billions of dollars worth of machinery into space where one hit from a floating rock and we're done. The same was able to happen to OSIRIS-REx, but rather than getting hit by an asteroid, it was about to get swallowed by one. While collecting a sample from asteroid Bennu, NASA learned that the spacecraft was about to sink into it. Fortunately, it fired its thrusters just at the right moment and backed away immediately after grabbing rock and dust from its surface. It was a narrow escape, but OSIRIS-REx is thankfully on its way back to Earth. After making observations, it turned out that Bennu's exterior is made up of particles that are very loosely packed and lightly bound to each other. Anyone stepping on its surface would feel as if they're stepping into a ball pit for kids. They would find little to no resistance. A member of the OSIRIS-REx science team from Southwest Research Institute explained that they found a lot of void space on the asteroid's surface. Bennu has been considered unpredictable throughout the mission and kept researchers at the edge of their seats. Dante Loretta, a principal investigator of OSIRIS-REx, was stunned after receiving the first batch of data that admitted they were completely wrong about the asteroid's surface. Instead of being smooth like beach sand like they had expected, they found Bennu's surface full of boulders. Scientists were in a state of shock after seeing the number of pebbles strewn about even when OSIRIS only gently tapped the surface. NASA can learn more about the asteroid as the spacecraft touches down on Earth in 2023. Now, in other related news. So what new discoveries have OSIRIS-REx unearthed about Bennu's body armor? NASA's OSIRIS-REx beamed back a spectacular image of asteroid Bennu's body armor, and it's a jackpot full of rare discoveries. Astronomers have long been interested in the chemistry and topography of massive space rocks. Researchers on the mission have already admitted that Bennu is a rock full of surprises, but they received yet another surprise when the spacecraft sent pictures of Bennu's boulders that protect the asteroid from small meteorite impacts. It's like a self-defense mechanism or a natural body armor. Why is it so surprising? Because scientists haven't observed this in other airless space rocks, like the Moon. According to Edward Bierhaus of Lockheed Martin Space, these observations are crucial for giving an insight as to how Bennu responds to energetic impacts. Scientists continue to study this near-Earth asteroid and wait for the spacecraft sample, which will definitely change the game for good. Next up, what is NASA saying about the space rock that hit JWST? The James Webb Telescope is probably one of the most sophisticated pieces of technology in space, at least from our planet. It's the most powerful observatory ever sent into space, and it's spewing out the most wondrous images of the universe. Even though they calculated everything right down to the last millimeter, one thing they can't avoid is space rocks. Since JWST is so far away from Earth, if any damage occurs, there can't be a space mission to fix the telescope. While we'd like to think that the telescope is safe, NASA has informed us that a micrometeorite strike has caused damage to one of the mirrors. The deep space consists of 18 hexagonal mirrors, which have to be perfectly aligned to capture images. Thankfully, the strike didn't have much effect on the telescope's capacity to produce images, but scientists aren't so sure about the effects of the strike on JWST's lifespan. Undoubtedly, the entire world would wish that the mission would last for decades. And finally, a triple meteor shower to light up the sky at the end of July 2022. You don't need to buy a telescope to witness the beauty of the vast universe. All you need to do is to look up at just the right day date and time, and you can see the most fascinating things. Luckily, July of 2022 happens to be a great month for spotting a luminous meteorite shower, but if you happen to tune in at the end of the month, you'll witness not one, but a triple meteorite shower. The triple shower event will mark the most brilliant celestial firework of the year. The Earth witnesses these events when the planet passes through the streams of detritus as it moves around the Sun. In this spectacular event, the Earth is moving through a bit of space where 3 streams of this debris intersect with our planet's orbit. And so, this includes feasting your eyes on the Alpha Capricornids, the Pisces Austronids, and the Southern Delta Aquarids. Triple meteor shower on a cold night? Perfect spot for a date. That's a wrap for this video. What do you think NASA will find about the asteroid samples? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.